wait to make these brownies. I love sweets.
Me too, but you know they are unhealthy.
So what? I like my sweets.
Well, I think that should be our message to Congress in our video for C-SPAN.
What, that we can't bake brownies?
No, that in 2014, health needs of American citizens need to be addressed. Well, as a nation, we are extremely unhealthy from unhealthy foods.
You're right. I'm worried about kids. Many of our friends are consuming too much caffeine and sugar in very unhealthy foods and snacks. Let's offer a recipe for a successful menu to improve the situation. The ingredients Congress would need are number 1, laws that limit and regulate production of food. Number 2, laws that require companies to label foods. And number 3, awareness campaign to get everybody on board.
Why does Congress need to set limits and regulations on what's in our food?
Kids today consume too much sugar and caffeine. Let's start with breakfast. 41.5 grams of sugar could be eaten with 1 bowl of cereal. The normal amount needed per day is 200 milligrams. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day and supposed to be very healthy. Sugar can cause hyperactivity and anxiety and leads to obesity. Can cause asthma and cancer in the ovaries.
By lunchtime, it's time for a soda and candy. Energy drinks with up to 31 grams of sugar in one 8-ounce can are on the menu for many. A study of 7th, 8th, and 9th graders in Ohio found that students take an average of 53 milligrams of caffeine per day, but almost 1 out of 5 students take in more than 100 milligrams of caffeine each day. Doctors say kids should avoid caffeine altogether. It changes the way your brain and body works and changes your behavior and feelings.
Sugar and caffeine are very dangerous and unhealthy, but I'm not sure why Congress needs to worry about it. Consider the fact that suppliers are injecting too many sugars, caffeine, and other preservatives in food.
We really don't know how this orange was grown or what was put on it.
That's why the Congress needs to make sure that the food is labeled, whether it's apple that has been genetically modified or a small candy bar that came out of a bigger bag. We need to know. Each bar should have an ingredient and the amounts on a label.
That'll just cause the price to go up, and I'm not going to read it anyway.
Cuts in the federal budget will cause even less inspection in our food. Marian Nessel, author, takes the side of the consumer and is concerned. Listen.
And I was on the Food Advisory Committee in 1994 when the FDA made its decisions to approve the production of genetically modified foods, and also when it decided that not only wasn't not necessary to label genetically modified foods, but you also weren't going to be allowed.
Well, think about this. Coca-Cola and Mountain Dew do not label the amount of caffeine in the can. Overloading items with sugar and caffeine could be hazardous to our health.
And eating food and not knowing what's inside may cause one consumer an ingredient that he or she is highly allergic to. Over 15 million Americans have allergies. Congress needs to be concerned.
Finally, we need to make everyone more aware of the problems with our food in America. Maybe even consider limits of what people can buy at one time.
You mean to tell me that you're only going to allow me and my family to buy 1 2-liter at a time?
Yes, that's a possibility.
Some of us don't want or need this kind of control in our life. Congress doesn't need to tell us what we can and can't eat. Some of us are perfectly fine and have a good, healthy diet.
Others agree with you, Lauren.
I think I can agree that we need some help. If we want to be a healthier nation, then the Congress needs to concern about
limiting and regulating what companies put in our food.
Putting labels on genetically modified foods as well as others that pose a health risk. And finally,
help us become more aware of this problem. I guess we got all the ingredients in here.
Let's get cooking!
No, it's Congress.
Get the right way.
Wait, what?
Mrs.
we go.